In continuing coverage now of COVID-19 in Idaho, there is a new urgency for us all to follow the guidelines from the Centers for Disease Control to combat the pandemic in our community. Medical professionals throughout the region are making a plea to take precautions.
Local News 8's Andrew Howe tells us 14 hospitals released a joint statement today saying the number of COVID-19 hospitalizations in the area is higher than ever before. Andrew.
That's right. Back in July, it was common for Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center to have about 5 COVID patients at a time hosted here within the hospital. As of right now, that number is closer to 30 patients that are right now being hospitalized. Earlier, I spoke with the chief medical coordinator here at the hospital, and he told me that, that spike is causing a real strain on resources.
Now with an additional 30 COVID patients in our facility, we have multiple meetings every day just to coordinate bed space. Now, most people think that we're full from our bed perspective, but as many healthcare facilities are facing right now, our specialty care, our nurses, our technicians, our physicians are our limiting resources. And so right now it's more, we don't always have enough staff to meet the need for all the patients we have. And so that creates additional complications in coordinating care, but we're managing it. It's just that every day is really a difficult journey of coordinating bed space to make it work.
Ballard also noted that many of the patients that are being hospitalized here right now are actually in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, as opposed to the older demographics that are more severely affected by the virus. Reporting in Idaho Falls, I'm Andrew Howe.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, aside from using masks in public and washing your hands frequently, the letter released today emphasized the importance of avoiding large gatherings, even among people you know well. Well, also today, during his bi-weekly press conference on COVID-19 in the Gem State, Governor Brad Little announced Idaho will remain in stage 4 of Rebound Idaho for another 2 weeks, citing an increase in cases and hospitalizations, and then called on all Idahoans to do their part to slow the spread.
Our personal actions are for the most part free of costs and a minor sacrifice relative to the reward of keeping a loved one from getting sick, saving a life, keeping our schools open, and protecting our economic prosperity.
Meanwhile, Idaho and Wyoming are among more than 30 states that are seeing a surge in new cases of COVID-19 and hospitalizations. As ABC's Rena Roy reports, health experts are now warning that holiday plans may need to be changed.
It was many health experts' growing fear for months, and now it appears it could be our reality. A surge of COVID-19 cases as we head into cooler weather.
It's quite concerning that we have a baseline of daily infections at approximately 50,000 per day. 38 states plus Washington, D.C. seeing a rising number of new cases, and 6 states setting records for hospitalizations. Several funeral homes in El Paso, Texas, adding extra mortuary refrigerators.
So that way we have enough capacity to hold all the deaths that are happening here in El Paso.
The city announcing new coronavirus restrictions to help stop the spread as they battle record-breaking numbers.
Restaurants will be limited to takeout and drive-through only. Bars are still closed.
Meantime, the Trump administration has reportedly embraced the unsupported idea of herd immunity, which would allow the coronavirus to spread among young, healthy people while protecting the vulnerable. But many health professionals say it's not a good strategy.
So this idea that we have the power to protect the vulnerable is total nonsense. You'll wind up with many more infections of vulnerable people, which will lead to hospitalizations and death.
Europe also facing a surge, Spain and Italy seeing record numbers of new cases, France implementing a nationwide state of health emergency, and in the UK, the ICU and COVID-19 wards at this hospital in Warrington, England, nearly full.
Rates of infections are really high. People are still ending up in hospital. So no, it's not just a simple cold. It's much worse than that.
With Thanksgiving not too far off, Dr. Fauci says families may need to bite the bullet and possibly cancel indoor family gatherings, especially if you have vulnerable people with underlying conditions in your home. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.